What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this topic, and I want to touch base on this situation involving Diddy and Cassie yet again, but also I want to throw his first baby mama in the mix, Misa Hilton, because word is behind the scene that she's thinking about suing Diddy as well. As a matter of fact, she's not thinking. They're saying that she is going to absolutely file a lawsuit against Diddy. Now, I was able to get this news from somebody that just started following me, and they happen to work at a major publication. So of course, I cannot disclose who this individual is. But yeah, they're telling me behind the scenes that Misa is definitely filing a lawsuit against Diddy. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs, but a lot of people are talking about it all over social media. But before we get knee deep into the drama, I want to talk about and discuss Mark Curry, who used to be signed to Bad Boy. Now, he did an interview with The Art of Dialogue. I encourage you guys to go follow him. He's definitely putting out some really great content. And I want to play you guys this clip because he's confirmed what my plug was telling me for the past 3 or 4 years in regards to Diddy actually wiretapping KimPorter's house, her phone, keeping tabs on her and things of that nature. I hope that The Art of Dialogue, I hope you guys don't mind me using this clip. This is only for educational purposes only. So check this out and I'll be right back.
I'll go through things, but once you have a sign of doing it over and over and over again, that's when it becomes a problem. You be like, so every relationship that you get in, you're violent in them. I was around when Cassie was there. I knew KimPorter before I knew Puff. I met Misa, but you know, it was a history. When you have a history of the same thing, man, it becomes a problem.
And speaking of KimPorter, because you knew KimPorter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust the nose, man. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity.
All right, so you guys just heard what Mark had to say. Now, again, he was close to the situation. He witnessed a lot. He's seen a lot during his tenure with Bad Boy. And so, of course, I believe it. Even if Mark Curry didn't even come to the Art of Dialogue's platform and confirm this, I always knew that this was absolutely true because I have other individuals that have confirmed this years ago. So yeah, shout out to Mark Curry. He seems like a guy that's always standing on business. In fact, he was one of the few former Bad Boy artists that declined to take his publishing away from Diddy because he saw that it wasn't coming from a genuine place. And he also came to the conclusion that there had to be some motive behind it. But anyway, we're going to move right along, and I want to talk about Diddy's former head of security, Roger Bond, who was all over social media, the social media that he rarely used. But when Cassie put him in that lawsuit, he felt the need and felt compelled to come out and speak out in regards to the situation. Now, y'all, it was just a matter of a few days ago where he came out and he said, yeah, Cassie's right. I was there. I tried to break it up. I didn't like it. I have 4 daughters. I'm going to speak out now. The time is now. You know, being supportive of Cassie's situation, and it seems as though that he was going to take a strong stand against Diddy. But for some odd reason on yesterday, he deleted his entire Instagram. And then he decided to come back, but he made his Instagram private. And then he put out this odd message, definitely changing his tune. So what I want to do right here is play you guys 2 clips. Now, the first clip is going to be him talking in detail about how he was so sick to just go to work and be around Diddy. And then the second clip, you're going to see how he changed his tune.
Let me explain something to y'all. There's a lot of people who say I got fired. Anybody know I didn't get fired? There's a lot of people who say that I'm upset and I'm mad. Nah. For a lot of people who know me and a lot of people see me, first of all, I was diagnosed with diabetes. That was the first thing. I used that excuse as being diagnosed with diabetes as to be one of the reasons that I didn't want to be around Puff no more. Because I just didn't want to be around him no more. When you start waking up in the morning and you sick about where you at and you sick about being at work and things like that, and the door opens where you got an excuse that you can use to get away from somebody, that was my excuse. I got diabetes. And I went over to Ciroc, where I was happy. I was with my family. Because there was so many things wrong. There was so many things wrong with where I was at. It was so sickening. So, it's so many things that I seen Cassie go through. And there's so many things I seen other people go through. And I would speak on those things. Same way Cassie said, I would stop those things. But when you speak into individuals and you tell them, yo, you don't have to deal with this. Yo, and I'm not even talking about Cassie, just individuals. You don't have to deal with this. Or why do you deal with this? And they choose to deal with it, then you think they enjoy it. But when I got up out of there, people started saying, yo, I see you smile now. Yo, your skin looks different. So when I woke up that morning and I seen that Cassie had finally had enough, that was one of the happiest days of my life. But we'll talk about that later.
Few minutes later.
I seen Cassie and Diddy fight. Yeah, I seen them fight just like everybody else fight. Just like I fight. Just like y'all fight with your man and y'all fight with your girl. I seen Cassie and Diddy fight. Yeah, I seen them fight just like everybody else fight. Just like I fight. Just like y'all fight with your man and y'all fight with your girl.
Alright, so we just seen this dude change his tune. Now, it seems as though he was trying to insinuate that it's normal for a dude to go around putting paws on his lady. That's not normal, right? There's a difference between an argument and a full-fledged fight. So I think I know why he's changing his tune. Now, before he put his Instagram on private, I do remember seeing where he was advocating to get some help for his son. I believe his son is locked up in a foreign country. You guys can drop down in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that I'm right when I say that I did see that on his Instagram page. And so I think that he's weaponizing the knowledge that he has against Diddy. And this is not a genuine attempt to help Cassie, or not to help Cassie, but to appear that he feels so sorry for what Cassie went through. I believe that Roger feels that this was a fantastic time for Cassie to name him in a lawsuit because he needs help for his son. And basically, if he got on his platform and started talking and Diddy got wind of it, he knows that probably Diddy is going to contact him, and then Roger could basically hit him with the, hey man, I really don't want to do this, but it's really not about you and Cassie, it's about my son. I need some money. Can you give me X, Y, and Z? And I won't talk. I'll do anything that you ask me to do. It's just about my son. I want my son home. So I think that ultimately him and Diddy had a conversation, and that's why he's backtracking. But anyway, what I want to do right here is leave you all with a couple of clips. Now, the first clip is going to be coming from a lawyer, and she's going to be talking about why Cassie will still be able to write her book about Diddy. Now, I want you to go follow them on YouTube because I just found out she has a channel. And then the next clip that's going to follow that is going to be a lady talking about, and I believe I featured her on this channel before. She's going to be talking about the rumors of Misa Hilton coming after Diddy and suing him. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole entire video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.
I know that she did.
You think it's
as
full
an
30?
attorney? I believe so, because that's how it happens that fast, is because there's no, when you give them the policy cap, there's nothing to argue about anymore.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I didn't know it was that deep.
It is. That's the only time it goes that fast, is you take away what is there to argue about. And what's even crazier is the other reason it went, because it went that fast, she didn't have to sign no confidentiality.
Agreed. And that's what's crazy to me. She could still write that book.
She gonna write that book. And that's why he may have criminal something later if the statute of limitation hasn't expired on that. I don't know. But in New York, if you settle in under 21 days, there cannot be no confidentiality agreement. And she also sued under California. California says if you're accusing them of something that could be a felony, which she is, then under no circumstances, 21 days or otherwise, you cannot have a non-disclosure. Because the public should be warned and should be known, get the chance to know whatever it was he did to you.
So word on the street is that Misa Hilton has a lawsuit of her own coming out. They're saying that Diddy's trying to settle with her privately before it goes public. Word also in the street is that Misa was the original Cassie. Diddy is really catching her from all angles. I just got word that Macy's will no longer be carrying the Sean John brand. This was even released by Radar Online. And he took a hit with the Ciroc and the tequila brand, De Leon. People feel the downfall of Diddy is long overdue. Well, will Misa come forward publicly, or will she settle in private with Diddy? The streets is also saying that Misa knew that this lawsuit was coming from Cassie's end. Apparently, Diddy's lawyers were reaching out to people. In case anything went left, they wanted to know who would be willing to testify. One of my followers asked me to cover this, and they want a clarification on whether or not Justin Combs is Diddy's son. Rumor has it Diddy started that rumor to punish Justin when Justin didn't side with him with everything that's been going on. Mommy's little boy, daddy's little girl. He took his mother's side. Seeing that everybody wanted to come out and talk, Roger Bonds tried to come out and talk, and Diddy had his whole Instagram account shut down. Rumor has it. So while I was looking around, I came across a YouTuber named Tisa Tells. Tisa Tells is saying that Roger Bonds tried to come along the lines of, I got 4 daughters and I just felt the need to speak out. But she said while she was listening to his interview, he seemed to have more of a gripe with Diddy because Diddy stopped taking care of his son that is currently incarcerated. Anyway, so the rumors going around about Justin not being Diddy's son is false. That's that man's son. I could prove it to you because Misa once took Diddy to court for child support. See? If you know anything about Diddy, Diddy know he's grimy, so he's going to make sure nobody grime him. Anytime I come across any information, I always try to go find a digital footprint. It's like the ex-girlfriend of rap mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs went to a New Rochelle family court yesterday to demand $30,000 in child support payments for their 9-year-old son. Fashion stylist mom Misa Hilton Brim says she's only been getting a mere $5,500 a month to look after their son Justin, while Combs' ex-gal pal model KimPorter is raking in a sweet $35,000 a month. So Diddy was giving up $5,500 in child support to a child that's not his. It got so real that Diddy had bought Misa and Justin a house. It was a part of their custody agreement. So Diddy gets this house for Misa, and what happened? The house got foreclosed on. See here, it says Citibank claimed they were owed $622,000 on the house. But Diddy said that he didn't default on the payments, that it was Misa's responsibility to pay that mortgage. It resulted in her getting evicted from the house. So y'all see, I'm not making none of this up. Look at the date, March 13th, 2014. Misa went on in interviews to say that if she was basically letting Puffy have access to her, she would have owned that house already. But once she locked up shop and Diddy saw he couldn't have access to her, he was like, I got something for you. Misa even went on in interviews. One of them was with Cherry Martinez. I didn't even know that Misa and KimPorter were good friends at one point in time. I really thought that all of his kids' mothers got along because of the image I saw online. But they're saying that KimPorter didn't like Sarah Chapman and all these names. I was like, this is too much Maury for me. So time will tell whether or not Misa will move forward with her lawsuit. And as for Justin Combs, that's Diddy's son.